What up, guys? Just want to do a little stream action. Check out this expanded Swineapple image, even though we're not running the Swineapple theme at the moment. This is Greenalicious by Mr. Hurst. Pretty awesome. Got my cords tangled up. What the hell's going on here? So let me see. So just peeping through this, we're just going to take a quick look. Maybe try some games out. I don't know. Killeth, what up? F Wizza, what up? Let me share this real quick before we really start checking stuff out. Boom. Shared. Oops, what did I just do? This image, no, it's not. Not at the moment. But what's really going on, guys? So, just peeping through this, this is courtesy of Wolfanose. Hope I said your name right, man. Chris Graney, also known as. He took the image that I was working on and expanded on it. There's a ton of different themes on here. You have the comic book, Retrorama, Space Oddity, Box Alloy, Blue and Red, Carbon, Card Crazy, Fundamental. Well, I actually added Card Crazy. It wasn't on the, wasn't on it when he sent it to me. What up, Phil? Fundamental, Futura Dark, GBZ35 Dark, Greenalicious, Hursty Blue, Magazine Madness, NES Mini, Retroroid, Showcase, NES Mini, Sterling, Super Display, the Swineapple theme, and Synthwave. It's really going on, Phil. Phil's Doodles up in the house. So, like, if we look at this in Greenalicious, which it looks pretty good in Greenalicious. I like it in pretty much all these themes. It looks pretty awesome, to be honest. But, you know, it has support. A lot of these themes have support for tons of collections. I'm a fan of collections, but sometimes I like to just have them all listed in custom collections so the wheel's not all filled up. But you do have options. Some of the theme creators put out a lot of collections on their theme. You can always create your own, do your custom collections, pretty sweet stuff. But let's, I don't know why this is wigging out now. But let's change it to, Swineapple. Let it reboot as Swineapple, and then take a look at the additions to this. Typically, when you have a ton of collections on the wheels too, it can slow things down. Is one of my things. Like, I love the collections and the stuff that these theme creators put out, but like I said, sometimes I prefer just having a list of custom collections and not really worrying about it. Like in here, since this theme doesn't have those collections already made, they'll be listed in here. And I kind of like that because it makes it a little easier for me to navigate. But you could always, in the game collection settings, you can always turn them off and whatnot. Pick and choose what collections you want up. You know, it just all depends on what you're looking at. But let's look at how many games are on here. So this now has, I don't even remember, if somebody remembers what was on the first Swineapple image. I don't remember the total game count, but this has 6,901. But on top of that, there are video snaps and the transitions. The little transitions from box art to video are on here for pretty much everything. I already have a nice image I built from scratch, but is there a way to get all the arcade games, the emulators and everything that you set? Just grab the, transfer the ROMs just in case you don't have the same ones, and then take that arcade config file, and you should be good. The 28 gigabyte... What image are you talking about, Juan? And now, I know we were sitting at like 1,000 arcade, but this now has 1,142 with video snaps. The 128, the motion blue, yeah. So this is pretty cool. This was all stuff I was going to do. But Wolfenose beat me to it. So that was pretty cool. And appreciate it. Yeah, that X arcade stick is pretty awesome. Appreciate that Kane Van Winkle. Yeah, this is kind of early stream. I usually do them pretty late. Let's see what's on the PlayStation. We should just go one by one, but and we have Game & Watch on the Swineapple image, or the Swineapple theme. I don't believe has Game & Watch, so it's not showing that way. MAME Libretto, why is that there? Strange. Controllers flipping out here. 29 games on PlayStation. Alien Trilogy, Castlevania Dracula X, Symphony of the Night, the Crash Bandicoots, Destruction Derby, Diablo, Die Hard Trilogy, Doka Nokem, the Final Fantasy Tactics. Love Final Fantasy Tactics. The 3 discs for Final Fantasy VII, Grand Theft Auto 1 and 2. I think some of them were re-added. I don't remember what the reason for them being removed was. But I don't think all of them are back on here. Metal Gear Disc 1 and 2, NFL Blitz, Parappa the Rapper, Rampage. I just cannot get down on Parappa the Rapper on the Pi. I think the timing is off, like the input lag or something. What's up, 321? My Destiny, Silent Hill, Star Wars Dark Forces. Using the D-pad on the Xbox controller, not cool, man. Tekken 3, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3, and WWF Attitude. So a handful of games added there. So let's change the theme. Let's change it. It looks good in Greenalicious. Card Crazy, I'm pretty sure it looks pretty good. Yeah, all the arcade stuff works. The new, I don't have one sitting right here. The new 8-bit though controller, man, that is like my favorite controller. I'm just digging it. I'm really digging that controller. Let me reboot this. It's like tweaking out there. Let's let it reboot. And I had to reset the randomizer, but there's like a good 60 splash screens. I think there's 60 of them. There's literally a ton of splash screens up on here. Like 60 videos and only like 1 or 2 images. I think most of them are videos, but you put it to random, you just get treated to a random splash video, I guess you would say, when you boot the system up, which is pretty cool. There's a lot of cool stuff. Like old school commercials. Let me see if I still have this pulled up. Yeah, like old school commercials, Atari, Kmart commercial, some custom stuff, Futurama splash screen, Mike Tyson's Punch Out, KBC department store commercial, KB Nintendo commercial, like a ton of old school commercials. RetroPie splash video cartridge. The Pi Station, PlayStation boot up screens, Sports Talk, WWF WrestleMania. There's tons of them. There's like 60 of them total. So that's pretty cool. But now, okay, we got this good. It's not tweaking out yet. Don't know why it was flipping out earlier. But yeah, arcade 1142. You got the image, then the video, which I really love that. I dig that a lot. Let's see. I'm not sure. He said that he added a bunch of the classics that were missing. So I'm not 100% on what exactly has been added until I really like compare the two and go through it. But he added a bunch of stuff that was considered classics that weren't on here to begin with, which is pretty cool. But let's find something interesting. Asteroids Deluxe. Asuka and Asuka. Let me check this out. I don't think I know this game. The Nachos boot screen, yeah, that's a image or video that's been out for a while. It's pretty cool. Is this like the Swineapple 32 just on steroids? Pretty much, with a good handful of extra games added, it appears, plus the video snaps, which was something I was originally going to do, and I already have most of these. Well, I have all the video snaps, but I just didn't have the game list put together yet. So he set that all up. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool, I think. Let me make sure I have the... There we go. Let's see what to do with this game. Does Spy Hunter work? I'll have to check if it's on here. I always remember people asking about Spy Hunter. I don't know what this game's pretty cool. Got a little horizontal action going on here. A little bit of real estate here. It's pretty cool stuff. All right, let's check it out. Let's see. Who is he? Wolfanos. Chris Green. He's in the Facebook group. He's typically jumps in on these streams. He's active on the channel. He just kind of helped out and hooked it up with a bunch of additions. Let's see if Spy Hunter's on here. I don't remember. Darius does not have bezels, I don't believe. Art of Fighting? Yeah, let me check that out after I find if Spy Hunter's on here. Let's see. What up, Joshua Mossman? So there's Spy Hunter. It works. Don't have a bezel on here for some reason. Ah, that's why it's on a different MAME. So you said Art of Fighting on the Neo Geo. The first one? Watching this while following the wife around Walmart, that's what I'm talking about. I do that a lot too. Appreciate that, Andrew Jones. Gregor, yes, the one that I mentioned in the Patreon post. Now, I don't know this game too well. It's a Neo Geo game, but... we'll figure it out. What up, Virgil? Yeah, Yeah, I'm not good at this. Don't laugh at me. Ah. Hadouken, fool. There we go. Got him. He was sweeping the floor and missing out on the stream. I don't typically stream this early, so this is kind of weird. Kind of weird for me. Bang bead. What is this? A modern day Pong. How come that game does not look familiar? Blood Warriors. Oh, Blood Warriors. I think that was one that I forgot to mess with for some reason. I think it was one I was going to remove because I changed like a bunch of different emulators on it and just was not having a good time. PC Engine, bam, all of the videos, but we got to mess with that player because some of the videos, most of them look fine. Battle Royale. Ports, we do have Doom, Doom 2, Quake, Quake Dimension of the Past, Quake Dissolution of Eternity, Quake Scourge of Armageddon, Wolfenstein 3D. What? It's 10 p.m. over there. Blunt Warriors, what? Right here, it's 4 p.m. where I'm at. I don't know why I'm getting the white screen crap going on here. That is strange. Let's go to Box Alloy Red, see what that looks like. What up, Mike Rocco? What MAME is used to run Spider-Man for arcade? I don't remember. Let me see if I still have that list up. Not what I'm trying to do. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's either MAME 2010. It's one of those. I don't remember. I gotta search for that. This does have video snaps for everything. This is based off of the Swineapple image with Wolfenose adding a good handful of games. A good handful of games and all the video snaps. Let's see. BC Racers. Yeah, it's typically, I don't know why, but when I have an image lately, like you see, it's going to the white screen crap. I don't know why. It's kind of annoying. Typically, I wind up removing like everything, like all the themes, and I only leave like one or two, and then I don't have that issue. But when there's a ton of themes, like on this one, and I switch themes, it always happens for some reason. I'm not sure. Might be some kind of RAM issue or something to mess with the VRAM. I don't know. I'll have to take a look at that. But that only happens to me when there's a bunch of themes installed for some reason. I always try to keep it to one or two or three maybe. Appreciate you stopping in, Josh. What up, Hans? Sexy girls, what? VRAM at 80. I think I changed it back to 80, but let me see. What did I just... Oh, oops. Yeah, I put it to 80. He had it at like 160 for some reason, but I don't know. I don't typically mess with that stuff too much, but I typically leave it at 80, and I don't have too much of an issue. Yeah, that that record album theme is pretty awesome. Change language. What do you mean to change language? Why do I keep hitting that? Let's leave it at this for now. So Atari 2600, I don't remember how many games were on here, but yeah, we're missing a bunch, so it's probably something to get all of them on here, because I know there's a lot more than 300 games. Donkey Kong nice to Spanish? I don't know. Or French? I'm not 100%. I mean, maybe there's an option, but I never mess with any kind of French or Spanish or any other languages in the options at all. Test Nintendo 64. I mean, there's a hand. Let me see what's on here. Nintendo 64. 35 games. I don't think overclocking, like everybody always says overclocking helps, but I really don't. I don't believe it helps that much. But let's check this out. I remember playing this a while back on the actual Nintendo 64. That's already glitchy, but whatever. Let's see if this works. This is like a common problem with a lot of Nintendo 64 games. You'll have some yeah, I don't overclock at all. I think it's pointless. I mean, that's just my opinion. I don't think overclocking helps with Nintendo 64 performance. Not from what I've seen. Some people might be tripping, but I think it's more so your emulator and options that you choose, not so much that the system's overclocked. Because Pi should be able to play Nintendo 64 no problem, so it's more so the configuration of the emulator versus actually overclocking anything. I'm pretty sure he did change the GPU. I'll have to check that out. But this runs all right. But I'm not a Nintendo 64 fan. I mean, on the Pi anyway. Let's get out of there. Let's get back to God. Yeah, Mario 64 should run most, like, there's a good handful of the games that you would want to play that should work, but he's got it at 256, so I'm pretty sure, is that stock? I mean, you could. What did I just hit? You could always mess with you can always mess with overclocking, but I just don't like overclocking. I mean, I've never really seen much performance increases other than, for example, like, you know, in a tracked mode, maybe the theme or layout running a bit better. Armor Warriors. What the heck is this one? Yeah, I don't really mess too much with Nintendo 64, just because I have a Nintendo 64. I'd much rather play it, you know, with the Ultra HDMI mod. That's just me. Some people like playing Nintendo 64 on here, but to me, it's just the compatibility. If everything played fine, 100%, then I'd be down with it. But for me, since the compatibility's kind of low, I'm not huge into playing Nintendo 64 on the Pi. I mean, I've played like Mario Kart, Mario 64 quite a bit, testing stuff out. But I mean, a good number of games run. It's more so you just tweaking everything, resolution, or, you know, the emulators. Some games play better on a different emulator. I don't know. I don't dig that deep into Nintendo 64. The heck? Always worry about frying something. I mean, there's an inherent risk with any kind of modification. I mean, as long as you don't overdo it with overclocking, you have good cooling, you should be fine. But I just don't overclock. I mean, for the stuff I'm playing, I don't see any performance increases with overclocking. I'll play arcade games mostly, you know, maybe some Nintendo or whatever, but mostly arcade games. And the arcade games I want to play, I don't really see any performance increases. Whoa. This is pretty cool. Do I have like a special or anything? Oh, I guess that's to shoot my gun. Sweet. Dang, I'm almost done. What to do? Yeah, the flirt case is really good. If you want to overclock, essentially, since it's a big heat sink, I think the Biku or whatever's a little better for that. But some people have issues with Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. I'm using, I don't want to drop it, but I'm just using the dual fan heat sink, and I'm good. That was a pretty neat game. Dungeons and Dragons. That's what I'm talking about. You have an E-kit with a heatsink and a fan that runs cool. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good setups out there. I mean, the Pi doesn't really even need any kind of extra cooling. It's just when you're doing crazy stuff for the most part. I ran a Pi without heat sinks or fans for, a long time. Never had an issue. How to set your Xbox 360 controller to NES Retro Pi? You'd go to configure input and just configure your controller there. If it's a fresh image and the controls are cleared, you should be prompted to input your controls. Now, if you're having an issue with any in particular system, you just go to RetroPie, go to RetroArch, redo your controls there. If not, go into the system and enter RetroArch with select an X, or use your keyboard. It should be spacebar and X, whatever you set to enable hotkey. See, I don't get why this is doing this. I mean, there's a lot of videos out there, too, for setting up controls. I mean, NES shouldn't be any kind of issue. Let's check out. Let's see. Swap the A and B. I set up... See, here's the thing. Like, I love the Xbox controller, but when I do my configuration, I always put B as the A button and the A button to B, and just my fingers know where it's at. I don't ever match them to the Xbox controller. I do it like Realm Chat said, to a Super Nintendo controller. As you see, like Super Nintendo controller, A, B, X, Y. So that's what I do. Since the Xbox, Microsoft had to be different, so I do A, B, X, Y. So I reverse everything. I just register the B button as the A button, the Y button as the X button, so on and so forth. Holy glitch, was the video messing up? I mean, I really haven't messed with much other than adding the Card Crazy theme. But I'll have to take a look a little bit at some of this stuff on here. Yeah, I did restart. I rebooted the system a little while ago. Adam G, you're in... No, I have not gotten a Pandora's box yet. The 5. 'Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to get a Pandora's 5S or whatever it's called yet. I mean, I kind of wanted to, but it's kind of pricey. Yeah, he was blocked. Coming in here, like, people really like that stuff, huh? Trying to spoil shit for people. .5S is a bootleg. I mean, yeah, like I don't know if I'm saying your name right. Traverso Brian. Like he said, build your own. I mean, it's easy enough to build, a Pi setup and do all that kind of good stuff. What is this? don't think I ever played this one. No, I mean, I might have tweaked something by accident to get the themes, because when I first booted it up, I wasn't having that issue until I installed the Card Crazy theme. When I installed Card Crazy, it started tweaking out. No, I mean, I don't knock anybody with the Pandora, wanting to buy that versus building a box. I mean, there's options out there that are pretty simple, like the Game Room Solutions stuff. Is you still got to build it, but it's it's easy to put together. But some people don't even want to bother with that. They just want to set up, ready to go. And if you watch my channel, it's not all about Raspberry Pi and stuff like that. I look at everything. If I can get a Pandora's box, I'll definitely do videos on it. But I just, I had a couple companies that were talking about sending me one, which they never did. And then, some people offering discounts on them. And it was like the prices weren't right for me at the moment. So that's the only reason I passed on them. I'm not knocking them, but it'd definitely be nice to build your own if you can. If not, get a Pandora's box. No big deal. Ain't no hate coming from me. I think it's awesome any which way. That's why, people knock me. Why do you do a video on the Retrobit the Super Retrocade? Because I think it's awesome. And, some people want plug and play action, and I think it's pretty sweet. So it's not, it's not always about the Raspberry Pi or putting stuff together. I'm going to put a pie in a Pandora's box. There you go. Get out of here, frog. I don't think I ever played this Crash. I know I played the first two. A Pandora's box, there you go. I mean, the Pi supports enough of the arcade games for me, for, where I'm good. I still think it would be cool to mess with the Pandora's box, though. A bunch of repeats on the Pandora's Box 4S Plus. That's not cool. A water level? What? Probably want to avoid that. Oh, I guess I wasn't supposed to touch that. Okay, let's get out of this and just go through. Let's see if we can scroll through the systems real quick. Oops, I accidentally hit the A button. What? So let's get out of here. Look at the game list real quick. So 29 PlayStation. We do have ports. We have Doom, Doom 2, Quake, Quake Dimensions of something or other. Dimensions of the... Oh, it was going to scroll and then I moved. What? Quake Dissolution. Blah, 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 blah. So there's a bunch of ports. That's cool. So 29 PlayStation games, handful of ports, PC Engine 94. Neo Geo Pocket Color 37. And everything has video snaps. This, is tweaking out because I reset some stuff, I guess. 8 Neo Geo Pocket, 777 NES, Neo Geo 140, 35 Nintendo 64, 571 Mega Drive or Sega Genesis. Yeah, it's just, there we go. Sega Master System 270, MAME, there is one, which was Mario Bros. Game Boy Color 528, Game Boy Advance 989. Pretty sure that's still, excluding all the double and triple packs and all that crap. Game Boy 544, Game Gear 255. With, like I said, we got the video snaps, so that is pretty cool. You could always take something like this, take the video snaps in the game list and put it on your own setup. That works too. Game & Watch. I like Game & Watch 56. That's pretty much the library, I think, of games from what I have seen. Some of these are kind of fun to play. Famicom Disk System 79, love it. Dreamcast 2, but I'm pretty sure it's Start Raycast. Yeah, so Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Daphne, it says 9, but it's just Dragon's Lair. Atari 7800, 57 games. 2600, 306 games. Arcade 1142. All games, total of 6,901. We do have our custom collections, a bunch of other collections, pretty cool stuff. Now, I'll go back in and tweak this. All the CPS stuff. Virtual Boy 22, Vectrix 80. Oops, Super Nintendo 763, SG 1062. Sega CD6, Sega 32X, 31 games. F-Wizard Launchbox, yes, I'm still working on something with that. Just been real busy with things. But I think because when I first booted this up, I didn't check it out really when I first booted it up. What I did was it looked fine to me when I booted it up. None of this was going on. I just kind of scrolled through and looked at all the systems. And then I went and I updated the script. And I added the Card Crazy theme. So I updated RetroPie setup script, updated emulation station, and then I added Card Crazy. So something got tweaked there. And it started doing the little white screen of death nonsense. But I'll take a look at that a little later today, see what's up. Do I know if there's anything left out in the arcade collection? I don't know, because everything that I would want is on here. So that's pretty cool. But let me look at this a little more later. I think just like if it was dropped just the way it was without updating anything, it's fine. Like I said earlier in the video, I don't know, like when I've gone through and I, like, for example, if I just remove all the themes and I just leave one or two themes, I don't ever get that little white screen issue. It's when I have a bunch of themes installed that happens. But I don't know. Like I said, I probably messed something up when I was updating. So I'm going to go back through it. But this will be available later. Don't trip. We're going to drop it over there on Patreon and then on the Facebook group. So if you guys are interested, it'll be on Arcade Punks, all that good stuff. Keep an eye out. I'm going to see what to do. I still have an arcade-only thing going on. 256 image going on, another small one going on. A lot of cool stuff, I think. So, and going to highlight some other people's work. If I didn't tweak with this would have been a little nicer to look at, because I wasn't having an issue when I first booted it up until I updated everything. So that's kind of odd, kind of sucks, but it is what it is. But appreciate you guys stopping in. Gonna have a lot more stuff going on. Might be streaming a little more later on this week. Don't know why, man. This is driving me nuts looking at this, doing this now, but no big deal. So with that said, guys, appreciate it. Smash that like button, subscribe, do all that wonderful stuff. If you want to support my channel, cool. If not, cool too. But just to let y'all know, if you're a patron, we are doing some awesome ass giveaways. Go to my community tab if you want to see a list of what's being given away. I'm looking at the TV instead of the camera. I'm trying to talk to you guys. So we are doing a bunch of giveaways through Patreon. We're also going to be doing a 10,000 subscriber giveaway pretty soon. I don't know if I'll stream that or just put the names that are pulled on that video and announce them on Facebook and all that good stuff. Not 100% yet. It just depends on what the days look like. So peep that out. Like I said, if you want to support me on Patreon, that is awesome. I do appreciate it. $1 a month helps out greatly. If not, just watch my videos, smash that like button, give me your comments, your suggestions, all that good stuff. And with that said, guys, I will catch y'all next time. Boom! Appreciate it, guys. Have a good day. Great holiday, all that good stuff. I will see you again pretty soon. We will be streaming more this week later on. Peace out. Bye-bye.